Hey, we're back. This is court in session. I don't have to tell who's here, who's out. You don't know. People begin to, abuse us, so they know which one to abuse. Irish thing.
Well, I know about the abuse because I ain't getting much, so I figured since you said that, you probably getting all the abuse.
Yeah. Lots of people. Some people say, call me and let me know, well, you picked the wrong person.
At least they're being interactive.
Yeah, well, it means that they're watching.
Yeah, true.
Right. So, what we got up first, man?
We can jump straight into the games that we had during the week. We just ran through them very quickly. March the 8th, which was the Sunday, we had Celtics against Warriors, which we had spoke about on the previous show, which was a big matchup for demotion.
Yeah.
And the game ended at overtime. Warriors did not win the game.
Okay.
So the Celtics won 87-82. Then we had knockout, fresh out of the knockout championship. We had Clapham Bulls over Spartans, 81-71. 10-point game. Seemed a little close on paper, but wasn't that close.
Well, Bulls really just wanted to get the win. And,
rotations were there.
Yeah, well, everybody get hurt or anything.
Yes, exactly. And then we had KFC Pinelands over Conway School Tridents, 103-94, pretty high scoring game. Fast flowing. To me, it was a little. The energy wasn't really there for the whole game. Everybody was scoring freely. The game went by really quickly. Not a lot of fouls, nothing. It just pretty much went by really quick. Then we had the nightcapper. Cavaliers won over Lakers, 82-70. That was an important game for Lakers, trying to get in the playoffs. So they're trying to beat one of the teams above them. Obviously, just slide in. It didn't work out that night. So we'll see going forward what happens with them. Then we had the Tuesday games on March 10th. Again, Warriors now lost to Clapham Bulls, reigning champions, leaving them 0 wins still. With 3 games remaining and 3 games behind Celtics, they're now mathematically eliminated. And
I'll go a little bit further than mathematical.
Okay.
I think they're eliminated.
Well, yes, that too.
Yeah.
But they're done with in terms of they will be demoted next year.
Yeah.
So whoever wins first division, whenever that starts, they'll be promoted into their spot. So there's a sigh of relief for teams like Spartans and Celtics, who coming into the season people would have thought would have been fighting for demotion, but they proved their mettle in terms of staying up. And a team that was in Premier League for a very long time with a rich history will now be demoted down to first division.
Well, you know what they say, when people have no vision, when there's no vision, people perish.
Yes.
Right. So I think that Warriors lack a vision as to keeping young players in their setup. And then, when people get a certain age, they start thinking about different things. Some people start thinking about work and stuff, and they got time for practice and that sort of thing. So, it is unfortunate that they'll be going down. Yeah. But they could go down and rebuild. And
I think if they get by the players, I think it's possible they can win first division and come back up. Yeah. So you might see them in 2022.
Yeah, probably.
Right. And then the next game we had Pinelands and Celtics, which was a very close game throughout. The game was very close, and then Pinelands held on 72-68. Rashad Hall was having a very good week in the first game for the week against who they played Warriors. He had 34 points, 11 rebounds. This game against Pinelands, he had 28 points, 10 rebounds. He was having a good week. I wouldn't be surprised if he's named player of the week this week. He'd been really improving and really carrying Celtics team in terms of numbers and stuff. Really been putting it up there. But then the Thursday games, Station Cavaliers defeated Tridents 90-79, which was a pretty high scoring game. Station Hill got hot from 3-point line at times in the game, and Schoolboys were always there making a run, bringing the game back close. But then I think Station just edged them up near the fourth quarter and defeated them. And then we had Lakers in the nightcapper over Spartans 80-64. And you would have coached that game.
Yeah, one of
you want to know? Well, it's 2-0.
Oh, okay. So it's still going to
interim coach, assistant coach. I guess we 3-0.
Yeah, we 3-0.
Right. So that can lead us straight into where I'm leading now. We're going into the PICKEMS.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, CIS PICKEMS. We're back again this week with them.
All right.
So the first game we're going to go over are the Sunday games. We're going to pick one game from Sunday, which is Pinelands versus Station Hill.
Pinelands versus
Station Hill.
All right. I ain't go with Pinelands this time.
Yes, I assumed you were gonna go with Pinelands. To me, it can be a matchup. And to me, the importance of the matchup is not even that big because the way things are going, both teams can finish 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And meet in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you see.
I think it would be for more like for like
confidence,
confidence,
I think
that
so.
sort of thing.
I think it should be a good game though.
Yeah, it should be a good game. Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, Pinelands will be playing on Sunday, which is tomorrow, and I think Junior Moore has to serve a 1-game suspension.
Oh, okay.
So he might be out tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
So I can use that trump card against you, and I can go with Station Hill.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
yeah,
I still go with Pinelands, but I'm going to tell you that the Pinelands men weren't so happy with me going with them. They say after you go with them,
right. Well, that's one point. But for the second round, we got back Jeremy Gill, former national captain, Jeremy Gill, and former national player Ramon Simmons, both back for the second round. Yeah. So losing Junior Moore to getting back 2 national players is going to be very interesting in the BCC tomorrow.
Yeah, well, the problem is if it's our game shape that are in.
Well, they played a game already. They played against Conway Schools, and I think they played another game after that as well against Celtics. So we're going to see. Now 3 games into the second round. I guess we're going to see on Sunday. So you go in Pinelands, I go in Station Hill.
Okay.
We're going to leave out the Tuesday matchups. Nothing worthy to talk about.
Yeah.
So we're going to come back to Thursday now. There's only one way both of us can go on this. Tridents versus Lakers.
Okay, I go with Lakers.
I go with Tridents.
Okay.
But this to me give me the matchup of the week.
Yeah.
Because, and everybody should know why, because when you look at these standings, right? Pinelands and Station Hill got 2 and 3 lockdown. Clapham Bulls got number 1 seed lockdown. Right now, as it stands, Conway Schools stay in 3rd position. In 4th position.
Yeah.
Lakers are in 5th.
Yeah.
But Conway Schools defeated
Lakers
in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Can you remember the score?
By 11.
By 11.
Yes.
I know you all remember that score for sure. Because now if things are tied, then it can be on a point differential.
Yeah, the point differential will be...
Lakers have to win by at least 12 points.
12.
If there was a tiny standings.
Yeah, if the tiny standings.
If Conway Schools are to drop a game somewhere down the line,
they just got to win.
Then Lakers just got to win.
Yeah.
So this games on Thursday can be very interesting. I'm going Conway Schools. You're going Lakers.
Yeah.
But Lakers' magic number is going to be 12.
Yeah.
So this is going to be very interesting on Thursday. So the next matchup we're going with again, the Bulls versus Pinelands.
I get with Bulls this time because I mean, I figure I figure by now that Pinelands will be, start to get a little upset because if I get the ball.
I think you had this no plan. Whatever happened, you pick it.
Whatever happened, you pick it.
Okay.
Right.
Well, I think Pinelands lost, if I'm not mistaken, at least 4 to 5 times, maybe 5, but between 4 and 5 last season to Bulls.
Okay, you mean it's by 10 of them on it?
And this season now they have lost twice already in the first round and the knockout finals.
Yeah.
So if I'm going back, that's at least 6 or 7 times straight.
Yeah.
I think they win this one.
Okay.
It's about time.
Oh, okay.
If you don't win this, I don't know what we can do after this. But
but
I go with Pinelands for this one.
Yeah, they need to win one to at least have
some sort of confidence.
Yeah, some sort of confidence. Because if not, they can be saying like, we can't beat this team.
Exactly.
Right.
So it's either Pinelands gonna come up with a vengeance or Bulls gonna come up with we beat these all the time.
Yeah.
No matter if we lost one.
Yeah.
See how it goes. So that's it for the pick'ems. What we want to do now is we want to get in this week. The national coaches were selected.
Okay.
The list was out there officially. All posts were open.
Yeah.
Men, women, boys, girls. And this is 1 year where there are supposed to be 4 national tours. It doesn't really happen like that often.
Yeah.
But we're supposed to be. Not sure exactly which ones will come off, which ones will not, in terms of funding, etc. as well, who steps up to the plate.
Yeah.
So we just want to go through the list. What we're going to do, start from the bottom and come up.
Okay.
I will start with the junior girls first. And Denise Aline retained her spot because she was the last junior national coach as well. Cool. So she pretty much retained her spot. That's pretty much self-explanatory in terms of, you don't really got to go too much. There's, she would have coached the last national team in terms of girls. And it's a fresh batch of girls. We know the girls basketball have been struggling right now in terms of numbers and stuff. So hopefully we get that program back up and running. And it serves
Yeah,
us
then
well.
he's a good person to have at that.
Yeah, especially with junior girls and stuff.
Junior girls.
I think it's very important to have someone who's around all the time and there. And then we had the women, a lady by the name of Sonia Burke. I would not have known Sonia much. She played for the national team. I know of the name, but you would probably be able to get
Sonia would have been on that 2000 team that won the only championship for the ladies. She was on that 2000 team. She was captain actually.
Okay.
Right. I know she's assistant coach in the US. So
okay.
She
coaches at college overseas.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's a good pick to have for your program.
Yes.
Her issue will be how she's going to get the work. But Nigel Lloyd did get the work, so she probably will get.
I guess
work.
the difference is with men and women is the numbers too again.
Yeah, the numbers.
And you know who we have out there who's available. We have a couple of people overseas and stuff who show interest in wanting to play. So
Yeah, she will have a good 7.
Yeah.
Right, and then a 5 that she'll be building towards
the younger girls.
So
I think it's a good time to develop and try to start get the program off to a fresh start.
Yeah, and not only that, like what I found is that when he coaches a Beijing, you know, he's always got some camp, right? That saying they left out this body because, or I left out this body because, but no, she's overseas.
We can see,
right? You can see. You can see if
best players can play.
Yeah, the best players can. So, and the people that fit.
That's very important too. So now we move on to the boys section. Coach ADRIAN CRAIGWELL from State Hill Cavaliers, who would have been national coach for the men
in 2009.
2009, I think it was. I was on that team. I remember. I can't remember the exact year, but I know in 2009
in Jamaica.
Around there, he would have been national coach. No, I think it was Tortola.
Yes,
if I'm not mistaken, yes. So he's going to be coaching. He was now appointed the boys coach, and this year the boys team is supposed to be the under 16 age group, which is for kids born 2004 and after, and they're supposed to be touring Antigua for the junior CBC championships in late August. So we got to see, obviously, now with the way things are, if it's going to come off first thing, and then I guess he's going to start putting his stuff in place. But in terms of that age group, we have kind of a core in terms of Simeon Maynard, Makaya Moore, Chikozi Buardi, and there's Tristan Yard, also a tall guy from tall student from Foundation, Brian Yardson. You know, so that's like a core of players we have. So it's going to be a pretty decent makeup. What do you think about Coach CRAIGWELL in terms of this?
He has a program going on at the Wednesday, usually on Saturdays.
Yeah.
So I figure that he will be able to get, if anyone can, he can be able to get the boys to be, you know, in good shape and ready for the tournament.
Yeah, definitely.
He would have coached in 2009, so I think it's a fresh start. Yeah, it's a fresh start for everybody. I have no problem with that.
Yeah, I think the energy is going to be there in terms of bringing and trying to get the boys getting. He has the boys at heart, and I think he should do a pretty decent job trying to get them ready. So let me look at the men's side now. Obviously, Coach Nigel Lloyd had stepped down from his men's post, and appointed now as men's coach is Devon Blair, who was here during one of the Digital Jumpstart programs about 2 years ago. I happened to work with him at that point as well. Got to know him a little bit. He was interested in coaching internationally, and he sent in his resume and different things to show his interest to coach Barbados basketball.
Okay.
So he's an assistant with the Houston Rockets, and he has been appointed assistant to the G League team affiliated with the Rockets, which is the Rio Grande Valley Vipers. So he's no longer, I don't think he actually with the Rockets now, but he's actually got a promotion dealing with the G League affiliate team. He's the first assistant for that team. So his experience and stuff, he's a young person too. I think he's only 26, 27 years old.
That's good.
So we kind of move into that international level now. He trying to get the experience with us. We trying to work with him, but now with the NBA being shut down now, I think we don't know how things are going to work out as well. We don't know where the main store going to be at the time of the year. Exactly. So what do you think about this direction? Or we had a discussion with this last week in terms of the direction. So what do you think about this hiring?
Well, I'm all for it, and the reason why I'm for it is because I think that we have to move to the next level of things. I don't think, not to say that the golf coaches in Barbados that can move things to the next level. But I think he brings a totally different level that no one in Barbados can bring.
Yeah.
Right? So, and I think we have to start thinking high level and start thinking.
But no, you say that he is more. We know the Houston Rockets. We know the style they play. They're more into the analytics part of the game. He's very deep into that part of it. So that is something a lot of us can grasp from what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
Because obviously a lot of our coaches will be affixed to him in terms of trying to get to know what he's doing instead of sharing knowledge. So I think the hiring is good for our development and where we want to go. Again, we talked about it last week in terms of creating a new version of what we want to be, a style, and where we want to be headed in terms of moving with our younger people too into the national team. And I think this is probably the perfect timing for it. So to be able to get more people working with him, understanding the analytical part of it, understanding what needs to be done to get to the next level, I think that's important. I think it's going to be very interesting in the next few weeks.
I think it will be interesting. I make sure I'm present right here, presence and stuff.
It's all about sharing knowledge.
So you can see another level, because this is a totally different level, a level that we will not be able to get from anybody in Barbados.
True. Right. So that's pretty much in terms of the new national coaches going forward. So Terry, we're gonna go courtside for a bit. Yeah.
So who you got courtside?
This week we're gonna go one of the new national coaches.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Coach ADRIAN CRAIGWELL will be joining us courtside, so you can look forward to that one. Welcome to Courtside, and today we have Coach ADRIAN CRAIGWELL from Station Hill Cavaliers. You will know him from mainly dealing with Station Hill Cavaliers. He also runs the mini league program out to the YMCA, and if you have been listening to our program earlier, he's the new junior national head coach, and he would have been the former senior coach back in 2009. I would have played with you in 2009 on that team to Tortola, but now you're the newly appointed junior coach. So tell me how it feels to be the new coach, appointed new coach now for the junior team.
Well, first, thanks for having me.
Sure.
And I'm one of the followers of the program, so
good to hear.
I'm glad that finally we are getting serious about the game in Barbados, and try to emulate the other program, the NBA, college basketball, and whatever. Anyhow, for me, taking over the juniors is one of those dreams come true. Really, really, the dream come true. And I say that because as far back as 1997, when you were the junior, I would have been, knocking on the door for those programs, as a first-time national, coach. So for me now to take over in a point in time report, to me, the talent is very, very, very bountiful. I'm very, very, very happy.
Yeah.
Very happy.
Right. So, what are some of the things you're looking forward to with this group in particular? Because word would have been out that they're looking at the 2004 age group. We would have mentioned it earlier on the show. The couple of boys that earmarked pretty much. You have Jacozy, Simeon, and Makaya pretty much at the main core. You're looking forward to this group, and would you plan to get out of them?
Well, for me, it's not about the names. Yes. Honestly, it's not about the names. For a long time, I was saying that the program, especially the junior program, is the way forward. And I felt personally that I had an opportunity, to lend some assistance. And it always bothered me why you would be around from 1997, as far back as you, and not even given an opportunity to run junior basketball when you've been successful at junior level competition, senior level competition. So for me, this year was always like one of those peeves in myself. Here is that, you're being successful dealing with youngsters, having the mini league program, but not even given the opportunity by the association, and you keep asking yourself, but why? To me, my card is not one that is basically out there in the open, and for sure, I'm not one of the people that want to befriend youngsters just to get them to play for me, as though, some people always put it on the road. Oh, as soon as they start talking to a youngster, it automatically means that, he's being drafted by a Station Hill team, and that is far, far from the truth. My interest is basically in national basketball, and I think that you would know that from as far back as when you in 1997 went to St. Lucia.
Yes.
My dreams was like to see one of our basketball players, play at the highest level, at least lead the momentum forward for all of this great talent that we have. Definitely. So for me, it's not about the names, it's about giving, and I'm sure that in my mind, if I can't get this job done, I'll walk away from it.
Okay.
I'll walk away.
But we know we can get your full effort for sure. So drawing off, because you were the coach of senior team in 2009, and I think that was like a 1-year stint, really. At that time, the associations going forward would have been in and out a lot of times. I think we got a little more stability now. Drawing from that experience, what are some of the things you would use now as a junior coach going forward?
Well, that's an interesting thing because I did left a lot of instructions on the table in 2009, 2010, where I can bring the files of, being a national coach, where everything was documented. And it was so sad, like when you have a plan, you know what you're about, you're watching, the ins and outs, and it's sad that because of association change that it means that coach, have to be, discarded. I believe that every coach should be given a run. Every coach should be given the full association backing, and I didn't feel like I had that, with the changeover. Some rumbling here and rumbling there, but for sure, I'm not one of the coaches that will pick players, strictly because they're playing for State Shield. It automatically means that you get a chance. My thing is like to run national basketball the way how we want it to go in terms of development of our, junior grassroots programs first, then structured national programs, and you keep that going because if you're going to get rid of the grassroots teams, eventually you're going to lose basketball.
Definitely. So now we can move on to the grassroots a bit then, since we're here. You have your mini league program which runs in the YMCA. So tell us a bit about that in terms of how long you were going, what are some of the things you looking from that mini league, how does it really work? What do you really
That's like raising a kid. We started some 11 years ago.
11 years ago.
When Sterling came here, Sterling Wright,
yes.
And he mandated that every club have a mini league program. I didn't look at it as a State Shield mini league program because I know the ins and outs of the basketball. Everybody's not attracted to teams like State Shield and some grassroots clubs. So what I did is try to use the association then, to form a mini league program that would be open up for all. And it was sad again that you didn't get the backing.
Right.
You did at point in time you will have to actually beg members of the association to come to the UNCA. Now this is 11 going into 12 years and we haven't stopped. We haven't stopped a day. One of our mandates is that whether it rains or it falls, we want to go. And I've actually diversified that program to go even further to bring people in, firemen, medics, different people come in and speak to the youngsters. And one of the real big challenges, and I'm proud to say, is that last year we instituted a homework program. And 4 or 5 of the kids end up at BCC that when we didn't even think that they would have been basketball players or scholars. These kids are showing me some grades, and it's all because that you're sticking by what you believe in.
You believe in them
you
too.
Just gotta keep pushing them. And what I want to do is, I want to put that same mentorship program into our national program, where we don't only have athletes, we have people that want to go further in society.
So speaking on that, would you suggest then, or how important is it you think that all clubs or even coaches interested in coaching should form a similar program to mini league? You say you don't really want base it off of Station Hill, but in my opinion, I think that you should do that because it's kind of a feeder system, and you should name it that way too, because you started, as you said, kind of drawing from the association. And you said the association changes.
Yeah.
But you see, as the association changes, your program should never change.
Well,
so to me, even if you bring it on the State Shield, to me other clubs should follow suit.
The only thing that changed since we started the mini league is the movement from the BABA mini league program, which it was first originally named, then to the YMCA. And the reason being is that we were still centered at the YMCA. And the YMCA decided to give us some help in terms of they wanted the program under their name, to help develop what they were having at the YMCA. For me personally, the mini leagues and the different younger programs are very, very important because here is Warriors. And not only Warriors, there are a lot of clubs that does not have a mini league structure, and they're suffering from it. I can say that although I didn't name the structure mini league on the Station Hill, we have benefited tremendously because here is that most of our kids went to mini league. Most of them, and we can go far back as Saeed, who is now currently a national player. We have Otley, we have Darren, we have Joel. All of these boys, Nikolai, all of them came through the mini league program. And then, so you're not going to have all of them play for you, for sure. But
you're increasing the pool. You see,
and not only that, there are a lot of them. And one of the things that we saw as a real benefit is that we didn't only encourage these kids to play mini league basketball, but to be components of the game. Yes. So we have some referees came out there, you know, Roderick and you know, Tayoka, you know, Darian, you know, playing for Pinelands, he was a mini leaguer. Rashid was a mini leaguer. Like I said, they're going to branch off into different people, and some people figure that.
So development is more.
When you do it this way, that you're just trying to say, well, I coach you and you coach. That's not me. My whole thing is that you can't keep them all. You could only play 12.
Yeah, exactly. Agreed.
You could only play 12.
Agreed. So what days again? We'll not be on this topic. What days, if you're interested, your program days, times, ages.
Always there on Saturdays. Whether it rain, because if it rains, there's the building. Yes, you know the YMCA. We use the YMCA building because it's open up to us.
Right.
And on Friday evening, we now introduce that Friday evening program also at Station Hill because there's another program going at the Wednesday on evening, so we don't want to hug it all. Right. You know, we said something to you, and that's what part people would kind of try to draw the link between Station Hill and the mini league program.
Okay.
But it's open up for any amount of kids.
What times again on Saturdays?
Saturday from 3 o'clock till when the sun goes down. At one point in time, we were using the lights, but we don't see it as a real benefit. You know, to waste energy with the lights that way anymore.
Okay, so now let me move on to Station Hill a bit. Station Hill Cavaliers, I would have had a rivalry playing against you guys when I was at Lakers. And I think your last Premier League title was in 2010, which was my last year at Lakers, somewhere around here. When you had Andrew Allen, Brown, Gavin Patterson, you know, a lot of different names. But you have managed to win the knockout title 4 years in a row from 2016 to 2019, 4 straight years. But what do you think it will take to bring the Premier League title back to Station Hill? And do you, as a coach, think that this 2020 team has what it takes to do that?
Well, it's not about, like for me, the development have been there. You know, we were kind of unfortunate that all 2 times that we got to the finals, we lost to Pinelands. Then last year we lost to Clapham, and all 2 times I was on, you know, we are national duty, you know, with netball, and didn't get the opportunity to coach my team. But I believe that last year would have been, you know, one of those prime times. And you know, you hear it all, had you been here, but I don't want my team to play with the onus on me being there. Because if it's only because I have to be there, then we're not really a team. So this year, we're trying to channel our direction in a way that we learn from our mistakes. And you can see clearly it's building where, you know, we lost the Pinelands in 4, now we lost the Clapham in 5. So I believe that, you know, this group is getting better. We have added, you know, 3 very, very good talents in Deveron, Jamon and Shakozi. And I believe that this year, you know, we started a little patchy, but we're not far from where part we was last year. So I believe that it's going to be who's playing better than us.
Yes. You got some intriguing matchups coming up. I know, well, the Clapham, Pinelands pretty much, and you guys are pretty much the top 3 in the league right now. Everybody battling for that 4th spot. What we can see in the second round should be very interesting going forward. But Coach, it was great talking to you, and all the best for the second round, and all the best for the future, and hopefully we have another conversation, because we got some other things that we really want to discuss and stuff. But good luck to the national team as well, and all the best for that. Anything you want to add before we finish up?
Yes, I must say that I'm very, very, very glad that we got some of these issues out of the way, and you know, I look forward to both of the challenges, both that of, you know, the State Shield Challenge first, and mainly the Junior National Program, because like I said earlier, if I'm not able to do this job, I'll walk away from it knowing that I couldn't get it done. But that's never ever going to be a case of part. I would just leave these youngsters stranded. So I hope that the youngsters that are being invited are ready to work, and I believe that this is one of those times where I'm asking the association not only to give me the job, but to really put some back in behind me as a coach, the way that they would do any other coach.
I agree. Alright, that's it from Courtside, and we are.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Your Courtside stuff is always really good. So, right now we got
next? A couple of notes.
Yeah.
Just one situation we want to be monitoring, or pretty much just letting the viewers know. By now, most of you would know the Ross University situation, where a lot of the students have been called back to the US, to their home, to pretty much the comforts of their home, to finish their courses online due to the coronavirus. So Diaz, who plays for Spartans, he would no longer be in the league, pretty much playing. He finished the league in the first round, he played some of the knockouts, and he pretty much led the league in scoring. So I guess his average gonna be up there in terms of leading league and scoring.
You can't do no worse.
But we will miss him. We will definitely miss him.
Yeah, he brought enough flair to the game. I must admit.
Really excited to watch. So unfortunately, he won't be here for the second round. So we will miss him, and we will see going forward how things go.
Yeah.
So now we're on to the clipboard with Elk, and today Elk is going to talk about the direction of the game in Barbados.
Yeah, Z. Alright, okay. So, usually we come to these BABA meetings and we would, start talking about what BABA should do and stuff. And most of the time, it's usually based on sentiment. It's not based on facts, right? Somebody feeling or somebody down in the trenches and think that this is where it's supposed to be done. So I took it on myself to do some research. Now, this is not BABA research, this is research done by Al, right? I share obviously I share the data with the BABA. So I asked them to provide me some data. They did, and then I even had to do some analysis on data. So the first thing we found out is that the first number that scared me was the fact that we don't only have 498 players playing basketball. That number frightened me because really and truly, that is not a number that I would like. I would like more around the 1,200 range basketball players playing. Of that 498, 462 are males and 36 are female. 36 women playing basketball.
36 women playing basketball last year. Okay. This is only 2019.
This is 2019 stuff. So this is not to say back in the day or anything. This is just 2019 stuff, right? Now, one of the things that I started looking at demographic information. So the first thing I looked at was how old is the league, basically basketball fraternity. And in the males, 41% of the males are over 30, right? Which means it's not a trend that you would like, right? And remember, this includes the Summer Jam people,
as well.
Right? Summer Jam
is on the 16 or 19, right?
So that is one of the things that we looked at. Then I looked at the Premier League because the Premier League is the league that most of the that got most of the money coming in for the BABA. And on the Premier League, 43% of the players were over 30.
Right.
And
this is combined schools or not combined schools?
This one is with combined schools.
With combined schools included.
Right. The average age, right, at the Premier League with the combined schools is 29. And then without the combined schools is 31.
Right.
The data is there. I could just share with them if they want.
Right.
But I will share. But I can't share the raw data. But I can show.
The results. All the
results.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So obviously with the results with data, then you got to start making the recommendations. And of course, Elk came up with his recommendations.
Okay. Recommendations by Elk.
Yes. Right. You can start it as a new segment. Right. So
I don't think you got enough time for that.
Okay. All right. So the first thing I want to say is that I really feel the BABA should own the Premier League. And when I say own the Premier League, I mean take it over fully. And when I say that, I mean like do all the partnerships and stuff within the Premier League, right? And work on getting the Premier League being the business league of Barbados basketball, right?
Right.
And why should I? One of the main things that we have problems with in basketball is club structure, and we have to force the Premier League teams to become clubs.
Right.
And it could be minimum club structure: a president, a secretary, a treasurer, and a PRO, right? And make sure that structure is in place. And the BABA, then if you want to be in Premier League, this is how it got to be, right? Good. And then after that, once you have established that credit, that club structure, then you should start doing things like sharing, profit sharing. Because I feel that if I own the league, right, and this league can bring the money,
right,
then I will share the league. I will share some of the money with the clubs.
Honestly.
Right. So that would force clubs, and obviously you will come up with a model which means that the top four obviously will get more than the bottom four. But everybody would be able, because the top four can't only play top four. They got to play, so everybody will get some sort of share in the profit. But obviously top 4 would get more. So that would force people to try to get that top 4 all the time. Right, and they will get money. The other thing is, I will force the Premier League teams to have either on the 16 and on the 19 or on the 16 or on the 21. The reason for that is that you will have people to replenish your Division 1, and it will not be people in the 30s. Right? So you'll be grooming some players in your club that will replace the players, you know, that when they're going out. Right? So you force them to have that. If you don't want to, if you can't handle that, then you go to Premier League. Right. The other thing,
certain requirements.
Yes, and the other thing too, I feel that automatic demotion and promotion, I will start that.
So how would you? So you said once you meet the requirements, you can play in Premier League.
Yeah. So this is what's going to happen. If I got 8 teams in Premier League, I say 8 teams is the optimal number, right? And if you want to play Premier League, join one of those junior teams in those Premier League clubs to get in the Premier League, right? Because we basically promoting people that are older than people that Premier League. That's not helping us. And they keep saying all the time, okay, when they get promoted, they will send young people. But the problem is only 498 basketball players, right?
The pool needs to get bigger.
The pool got to get bigger.
The pool needs to get
right. So once the pool get bigger, then the BABA could go back then to automatic promotion and demotion because they got a good,
But I remember when I started playing basketball first as a junior, and this is even before I even made the combined schools team. I would play for my community team.
Yes.
Much. And at that time, I remember hearing about numbers in first division. It was always 8 teams. There was intermediate, which was about 12 teams.
Yeah.
Then there was second division and third division. And second division would usually have about that same 12 team, but third division used to have about 30 to 40 teams.
Yes.
And there's no exaggeration that when I was a young player coming up, those are the kind of numbers I heard. I used to play third division for your community team.
Yes.
And to see that only 498 people are playing basketball right now, boys, girls, juniors, everybody, to me those numbers are clearly like misleading in terms of, not misleading, but from then to now.
Yeah.
The pool itself.
The pool has shrunk.
I can't even say more youngsters are playing other sports because we just got a lot of young people who just sitting there not playing anything.
Yeah. And that's true too. Or some of them just playing out with the fingers.
Exactly.
Right. So I would try to see how we can improve the pool by making those Premier League teams get junior teams, right? And
but then for a club now to be really insane, to want to be able to get that top 4, to be motivated to, that means that prize monies and the amount you're getting back to be able to go through all this has to be more.
Yeah. But see, what I would do is if the BABA took it over, and when I say take it over, I mean, redo the red app, right? And let them know like it can't be for you to get some of this profit, you are practicing at least twice a week, right? And put some things in place. Now, we will not be able, no one leaves home to go and watch rubbish, right? You will notice when Bulls play Pinelands, we had a decent crowd, right? When Cavaliers play Pinelands or Cavaliers play Bulls, you got a decent crowd. Even when Schoolboys play, you got a decent crowd.
People like to watch Schoolboys.
Right? But from there onwards, when the top 4 play the bottom 4, nobody not trying to watch. So we need to get parity right through the league, right? Where that any given night you come in to see top level basketball, and the only way we can get there is if we decide that we can put down a foot and make people practice and all that sort of stuff, right? And if you don't want to take part in how the BABA doing it, well, go and form your own league and play, right?
Exactly.
So that is it. The final thing though, we need to get more young people playing.
Yeah. And
that's how Trade Street coming.
Okay.
Right. Well, a lot of people don't understand Trade Street. Trade Street is not R1.
Right.
It's not put the ball through
It's structured basketball.
It's structured basketball.
You only need 4 people in the team.
Right. You only need 4 people in the team. I know that fast and exciting.
Right.
Right. It's like
so it's getting your foot in.
Yeah.
Getting the step.
Right. So and since we went to that workshop in Guadeloupe, they also give us some ideas as to how to make the Trade Street even more, more attractive for players that can't really play, right? And how to do it and that sort of stuff.
Okay.
So you try to do that so that people will start with Trade Street and then come move on into 5-on-5.
Understood.
Right? And the final thing is I really believe, right? I really believe once we start to push the basketball in the right direction, we should start a plan that in 2024 we should get a 3x3 team at the Olympics, at least in the Olympics qualifiers, right? Because the only way we can't compete with the Puerto Ricos and then when it comes to 5-on-5 basketball, but we can compete in 3-on-3 basketball. Because remember, on the 18 team, the prior one dominated the 3x3, right? So it means that we have players that can play 3x3.
Right.
It's just a matter of them playing all the time.
I guess you could compare this to T20 cricket and Test cricket.
Yes.
And the West Indies team competing worldwide.
Yes.
Is like, the difference is there.
The difference, big difference. So
T20 cricket, the boy walk out with West Indies.
Yeah, but
Test cricket we lost in 3 days.
Yeah, they learn not to play with Test cricket. Right. So what I'm saying is we need to get because we gotta get young people involved, and the young people don't get involved in anything that boring.
Yeah.
They like the exciting part, and if we could get them involved that way, then we could hold them and get them into 5-on-5. And basically that's it for my clipboard and my what do we call it again?
Recommendations. Okay, that's a one-off thing.
Oh, okay.
We had enough recommendations.
Yeah, okay.
We gotta implement something for
we got implement. Yeah, you're right.
Well, that'll be it then.
Yes, so we can say that now the court in session is adjourned.
See you next week.